Well, thank you for listening to this short talk on tools with a mission and where we are at the moment as we cope with the coronavirus or COVID 19. Now, in 1959, Dina Washington sang a song with the line, "What a difference a day makes." Well, I think that's something we've all come to understand, isn't it? How things can change so quickly. I remember in the end of March, we had a day when we actually ran out of desks for the first time ever in the office. We couldn't fit everyone in. And a week later, we were standing there completely alone. Normally, I couldn't stand here. I'm in the main loading bay of the Ipswich Refurbishment Centre. If you look behind me, you can see there a load of tools ready to go to Uganda. We were halfway through a load before the shutdown occurred, and normally I couldn't stand here because it would be completely full waiting for the next container of goods to go out. You can see behind me there's a staff room up the top, and here is racks and racks of tools. And this is one of three bays we have here. There's another bay just there, same size, and that's completely full of shelving and of tools, some refurbished, some waiting to be refurbished. Then there's a third bay, which is full of workshops, and then there's a mezzanine with more workshops at the top, and right at the back is the head office of Tools with a Mission. And yes, normally, could I stand here? I wouldn't stand a chance. There'll be people everywhere. And yet here I am now alone. Because we have had to reduce our operations. We had to do that from the 1st of April. And we are currently in a position now where we're still operating. We're still having to manage containers because we still have containers at sea waiting to be delivered to Africa. We're still coming in one day a week to look after the office and the administration and the financial side. We're still doing the fundraising side as well to keep TWAM going and importantly to actually begin the process of restarting. And that's really what I want to focus most on today. Now, I'm sorry we haven't communicated as much with our supporters as we would have liked to. The timing was very difficult because just as it was all going down, we were sending out TWAM news, so we had no opportunity to prepare anything to send out with that magazine. The next one going out in July, we will send something out about how we've coped and what our plans are. I did think, should I write to all our supporters and tell them what's happening? But that would cost thousands of pounds. And at a time when we were expecting our income to be drastically affected, I felt that was a very irresponsible thing to do, to start spending that level of money. So if you get the e-news, you'll see we've doubled the number we've sent and we've put lots of stuff in that. But if you don't, then I'm really sorry we haven't probably said much about what we're doing at the moment. But if you're watching this, you'll get an idea. Rest assured, we are still very busy. One of the big things we're doing at the moment is preparing a big campaign for Saga magazine. Some of you probably received Saga magazine. It goes out to about 90,000 people, I think, in theory, over 50. And we're using that as an opportunity to raise the profile of Tools with a Mission, hopefully raise some income as well in this difficult period, but also to challenge people to volunteer with us when we come through this lockdown, to consider giving tools to us. So preparing ourselves for that. We're planning a big national volunteer campaign. And we're starting to think about that and how we can recruit more volunteers, particularly tragically now, people have lost their jobs, then volunteering as a way back to work is a very positive response to that. If people have gone into early retirement, again, a new purpose, coming and volunteering with us is an option. So we're looking at things like that. We're working hard to develop resources to use in Africa. So we're developing a mobile phone app so people can easily apply for tools from us, just from their mobile phone. We're working with our in-country volunteer teams so they can process those applications and how they can do that on tablets and things. We're developing new development resources so we can provide them with posters and booklets on things like microfinance groups, setting up self-help cooperatives and posters, big posters in cartoon style, which really will help them think through and plan what it means to be a long-term sustainable group. And as we start to plan to restart TWAM, then a lot of my roles at the moment is holding the ever famous now Zoom meetings, all those online meetings with our own centres, our van teams, with all the independent workshops that work with us, and with all of our collectors. So that's inviting something like 450 people into meetings to talk through how we're going to restart TWAM. Because we recognise with the volunteer workforce, they'll come back when they're ready, and we have to show people we are taking very seriously their safety and preparing TWAM for them. So our plan at the moment is that the staff and key volunteers in each centre will come back on the 1st of July, and they really have only one role for the entire month of July, and that's to get us, to use the government term, COVID secure. The government's issued lots of regulations on how companies and charities can get secure with their compliance, and we're taking that very, very seriously, and we're not going to be back until we can say we are totally COVID secure, and all of our supporters, all of our volunteers can come back knowing this is a safe environment for them. It means putting in place the social distancing rules. So it means this place will have to have a one-way system, and we've got all floor stickers to put down. It means putting down stickers where people have to stand, a bit like supermarkets, to work so they're not too near to other people, providing disposable face masks, antibacterial wipes, disposable cups, rearranging everything, rearranging the office so the desks aren't too close together. No one's having to sit near to someone, advising the collectors how to safely collect, loads of things, and then doing risk assessments for every single centre, every single van, so we can actually say safe to people, you can come back. When we've done that, then yes, we'll do a general recall on the 1st of August, and at that point, TWAM will be back, and within a week of coming back, this place will be full. And there will be a container going out that door and on its way to Africa. And at that point, TWAM is back. Now, we are realistic. We cannot expect to come back to full capacity straight away. Normally, we send about 2 containers a month. We're aiming for the foreseeable future to send out 1. That's enough for now. It gets us back, and crucially, and most importantly, it gets the tools flowing out to Africa again, because we know more than ever our tools are needed now. We're in constant contact with our partners in Africa to make sure they can still receive containers, applicants can still collect, and the answer is they can. And we can't send containers if the answer is no, but at the moment it's yes. But we hear enough stories from them about how desperate things are in many parts of Africa and how needed our tools are. All the training centres are currently shut because they're not allowed to operate yet. But as soon as they're up and running, the tools we're sending will be used to train people and give them an opportunity and a way back from COVID-19. So I wanted just to share a little bit about our plans. This is what our plans are. We'll tell you more over the coming weeks. If you don't get the e-news from us, you can sign up for that on the website. That'll give you loads of information. It goes out twice a month at the moment. So people get to hear what we're doing, some happy stories of the tools being used. But we want to assure you, we have 2 priorities. Our first priority is keeping our volunteers safe. And no one comes back until we're COVID secure and they can come back in confidence. But secondly, we've got to get TWAM back. We've got to get these tools out. We don't want these shelves full of tools. We want them in Africa. And that's what we're aiming for from the 1st of August. So thank you for listening. Thank you for all of you who support us. Thank you for all of you who pray for us. We value all your support, however it comes. And I hope this can be just a small encouragement for you in the comeback of Tools with a Mission in the next few months. Thank you.